I found this sweater in the same place I found the blue sweater, and I don't know why I'm wearing it because I don't even think I like it very much. It's cool as a whole unit, I guess, but when you just have it on camera, it's like, why am I? It's not real fur. Just don't throw stuff at me. Today I'm going to show you my attempts at recreating a fail and why I'm recreating it, and I will tell you more about that in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 21 of 31 days of Soapmas, and my inflection on every single thing that I just said was wrong. And today, as I said, we are trying to recreate a fail. And so that's an interesting concept, because usually failures are one and dones and you're never going to recreate them. But here's the reason why we're doing this. One of the Sudsers, you went ahead and you submitted an order on the Soap and Clay website for a whole loaf of soap, a bulk, but you put in your order notes that you wanted a 34% super fat, like the one that I did accidentally back in June. Cool. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be making a 34% super fat soap. I am using some natural colorants for all of it because that was the request from the Sudser. The scent is something woodsy plus floral or maybe citrus. I don't know. I have the notes. Like, I did it right. And just as an FYI, the scent blend, which you're going to see in the very beginning of the video, so lovely. Like, it's a winner for sure. But let's see how I fare with making a 34% super fat soap on purpose in the filming, the making of the soap. This is such a fun one. I am so excited to be doing this. We are doing Wild Child Pinrose type in this blend that was floral woody scents. That was the request. See, I told you I had notes. So we are blending 3 different scents from Sierra Candles for, again, floral woody scents. So we have the Wild Child. We have the Palo Santo and White Grapefruit, which I freaking love so much. I'm putting it in everything right now. Like, seriously. It's amazing. And then we have the Maharani Papra, the one that I cannot pronounce, but it smells divine. It is all of the good things in the world to create, I'm not even kidding you, the most delicious blend in the world. So you could see the scale and see how much I put in for a total of 2.5-ish ounces, and you can then figure that out if you wanted to try it. It's delightful. Now, since we are doing natural colorants for this, we are going to use the green indigo powder right there. And we are also going to use woad because, it's a floral woody scent thing, and also turmeric. It's a floral woody scent, and so I thought it would be fun to do blues and greens, and obviously, an orangey yellow would be a delightful addition to all of that. And we are working with a soap, again, custom ordered, custom requested, to be a 34% super fat soap. And the last time I made a 34% super fat soap, I did it accidentally, really, because I was working with a whole lot of layers. And I had sent the soap out to a number of Sudsers that had placed orders online. And I'm like, just check it out. If you're interested in the thing, you should go ahead and try this 34% super fat. And this Sudser did, and she loved it. And she requested it. So I'm going to make a 34% super fat soap on purpose. Now, the actual recipe is 45% coconut oil, 15% cocoa butter, and the rest is olive oil. No water discount for this because I want to make a beautiful, actually, no, I am lying. I did do a water discount for this. So I am at 1.5 times water. So that's my version of a discount. Copious amounts of kaolin clay in this particular recipe, just like, you know, always tons and tons of kaolin clay. And you saw the lye solution go in, and that was actually an aloe vera and soap nut infusion. So we've just got all of the awesome things going into this because this is a special bar for a Sudser, and I want to make it extra fancy. And also, let's see if she can tell the difference in the soap from the, you know, mistake 34% and this one, considering we have different things going on in the lye solution. This is what I'm thinking. Now, the reason why I'm pouring it so thin and all of the jazz is because I actually want to do swirls with this guy. I have been pretty obsessed with lotus and mantra Taiwan type swirls recently because I really haven't done a whole lot of them this year, and that kind of bothers me. And so I'm playing around with that today. So I will be doing a skewering method with a 3-color accent. And remember when I said that the best thing you can do for a meat soap is to not get a meat soap is to use less of your accent color than you think you need? I think that's true, as I said in that video, of all accent colors, really. And so I just poured off just a little bit of each of these colors to do the actual mantra Taiwan lotus circling thing, swirl, for this guy, because it's usually the way to go. I want it to be mostly white, you know, but obviously I want all these beautiful colors to be represented in some way, hopefully in every bar, but you never know because I did not get out my dividers for any of this. So it's really luck of where I managed to put all these lines. Let's check out the pour of this. Now this is kind of my lotus / Taiwan hack. Without doing dividers. I showed it in year 1 of the channel. I may have done it before, or multiple times since then. I just haven't talked about it. So instead of doing dividers, I just take the soap batter at a really thin emulsion, and I put the bulk of my base color in, and then pouring really, really high. So this is sitting at about 18 inches-ish from the above the mold. I pour really, really high, all the accent colors straight down the middle, try to zip them up over each other for 1 or 2 passes, so forward and backward with each color. And then I do a little bit of white, and then I do multiple more passes, lowering my soap container that I'm pouring from down to the mold just a little bit with each round of the colored section. And so that's what you're going to be seeing right now. Also with all of this is I noticed that they start getting too far to the sides, the colors that is. I will put more of the base color just on the sides of the mold to try to keep all the colors in the middle as much as possible, and get some nice white in there as well to really help pull all the colors together. So there's some nice contrast between the white and the 3 colors. And for the layering of the colors, it just made sense to me to go blue, yellow, green. But other people are much better with that, and they're more thoughtful with their approach to it. That made sense in my brain, so I did it, which is usually how I do the bulk of things in the soap shop, really. Whatever makes sense in my brain and makes my brain happy, that's how it works. But you did see with this pass of the colors, I lowered the container that I'm pouring from to about halfway, and I'm doing it again for the 3rd pass with the round of colors, lowering it down even closer to the top of the surface. Now I start out really high, so gravity will do its thing, and the soap batter, the colored portions, will go all the way down to the bottom of the mold. What I want to see when I unmold this soap is that color all the way down at the bottom, you know, because otherwise I should just get out my dividers, because some of those bars will end up just completely white, which does happen actually with me when I'm doing this hack and I'm not really paying attention. So do keep that in mind. Higher better for the beginning, and then just to make sure that everything continues to layer nicely, that's why I continue to lower the containers closer to the surface of the soap that is in the mold. But with this one, so super pretty. I had a little bit of extra soap batter left over with all of this, and so I put it into a secondary mold so I can watch it and see what's going on with it and make sure that we don't have any problems. I was talking about canola oil a couple weeks ago and how we should use that instead of olive oil because, you know, olive oil is expensive. I did not use canola oil for this one because it is a 34% super fat, because we were talking about dreaded orange spots. The last thing I wanted was some dreaded orange spots in somebody else's home, you know, when I send these out. So that was my thinking with the olive oil, and I am keeping a piece of this for myself as well to see if we end up getting any DOS or anything with a high amount of super fat. I'm thinking it's not going to be a problem though, again, because as I stated with the canola oil video, I put in so many additives like kaolin clay and whatnot. It's really hard to ever actually get DOS, and that's just not a thing that exists in my life. But this is beautiful. Okay, and on to the cut of this, and already so super beautiful. I love this so much. This was C-popped and gelled, and normally I want to cut my soaps within 24 hours of pouring because I am really, well, you know, I'm impatient is really the thing. But yeah, you can see the color going on here, so that's great. It worked. I'm glad that the color ended up down there. It's beautiful. It's already given me an idea of what these soaps are going to look like when we cut them, and we are going to be cutting them differently. So it's not going to be just a top-down cut like you would cut a normal loaf. We are going to chunk it out and then cut it horizontally, essentially. This is weeping a little bit of oil, and I did leave it in the mold and not cut it for 2 days. Just let it sit and do its thing so it can reabsorb any sort of oil that it might be losing. Make sure that it's hard enough to cut, and already if we were to cut it the normal way, top down, that's what the pattern would look like, and I'm actually not mad at it. It's pretty darn cute, if I'm being honest. Like, that could be a very fun soap in and of itself. It's interesting, you know, but you can see that there's definitely the variations between the colors. They've held their own reasonably well within that pour. They're stacked really beautifully, but I'm not going to be cutting it all this way, even though, yeah, again, it's pretty cool. I am not mad at that. That's very cute. But as I said, we'll be cutting it horizontally. So we're going to separate the top from the chunk and the bottom from the chunk, and then you have the middle bar. You'll see. It's all a good time with the cutting and the things on the thing that we're not talking about. Because, you know, the big thing has not been talked about at all. I haven't shown you any of that. So that'll come in year 4, which is totally happening. And the Sudsers know all about it because we had a members only chat about that. But now let's see what kind of patterns are going to be released from this, and I'm just really messing with you, like building the suspense or something. Gonna cut all 3 of them before I actually show you a single bar. That's weird. Why are you so mean? I don't think you need to do that. Show us the bars, please. You could just show us the bars. Very cute. So yes, we definitely have some oil seepage that's going on now. Oh god, those are so pretty. Oh my gosh, the indigo with that woad. I love the woad. It is such a beautiful natural colorant. I am going to eventually actually edit all of the videos that I did for the natural colorant stuff. It's so much footage, and I just, every time I think about it, I'm like, I can't sit here. I don't have time. But that's super cute. That's putting those 2 together. Once the oil and everything is reabsorbed / these are wiped off, you're gonna be able to see the actual pattern a little bit better. But yes, with these you're going to expect a little bit of oil seepage. That's not because there's anything wrong with the soap. It's because it's heavily super fatted with a decent amount of unsaponifiables in it. So it is going to look a little strange for longer than normal, really, because that's kind of the nature of these heavily super fatted soaps. I had that 34% super fatted soap from, I made it well before June because it was for June, you know, content and stuff for the website. And it's continued to lose like oil weight for quite a while. So it does take a while, but for things like this, since it is a custom order, I don't like keeping them in my shop for too terribly long, so I will keep them as long as I need to ensure that they are going to be safe for shipping. Because remember, once the ponification is complete, within 48 hours for most soaps, they're completely safe to use. And as these ones are going to continue to harden up to a point, and there's a dozen of them, they can totally harden up at the Sudser's home. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, I do put these right next to a dehumidifier, and so it's sucking all the moisture and everything out and trying to firm these up as quickly as possible with all of it and get them ready for shipping. I'm very, very excited. I think a couple more days, and we'll be able to actually get these out to the Sudser. So I hope she loves them. I love them. This is a very, very pretty blend or pretty design, and the blend itself for the scent, so amazing. I really think that I'm going to be putting this into my line because it is woodsy, but it also has a little bit of a floral scent to it because of the first floral that I put in, really. And yeah, they're so gorgeous with these delicate little swirls right down the middle of the bar. So beautiful. I love everything about these. I'm super excited to see what the Sudser thinks of them, and if she likes them. I think she will. I'm very excited to find out, honestly. But I'm also just very excited that she sent through a curveball, essentially. Like, yeah, hey, cool. I just heard you talking about all these custom soaps on the YouTube thing. How about you make me a custom soap with this 34% super fat? How about you take it to insanity mode? And I'm like, game on. I love it. I love a challenge, and this was definitely a fun one. So there it is. It's a 34% super fat. In case anybody hasn't seen the 34% super fat soap, here's another version of it, and it's awesome. It's not an accident this time. It was actually intentional, and they are all really, really pretty. Kind of glad that I've been able to look at them for so many weeks, and now you guys get to see them, and now we can send them on to the Sudser that ordered them. So I mean, good job on the ordering. I really like that one right in the front right there. That one's my favorite for sure. But they're all super gorgeous. There it is. I really love these. Holy crap, everything about that soap is amazing. I love it so much. It is absolutely stunning. All of the colors blended so beautifully within all of that. So you have the woad, which don't sleep on woad. Oh my gosh, I love that as a natural color, and I don't think I've actually talked about it much on the channel. And then obviously the indigo, but the green indigo, and then the turmeric, so stunning. All of the extra additives that we did with the aloe and everything for the actual soap itself, beautiful 34% super fat. That lather is going to be incredible. And the Sudser who ordered it needs to tell us in the comments when they get it, because they don't have it yet, how much they love the lather. Because I'm super excited about this one. I love it so very much. Thank you for ordering that. It's fun to do custom orders and then have a curveball thrown at me. So thank you. I appreciate that. Hope you guys had fun today. Try a 34% super fat soap. That's cool. If you want to order your own custom loaf of soap, you can do that at soapandclay.com. I am not making it and getting it to you until 2024 though. Just so you know. It's the 21st. But if you wanted that, you could go do that. That would be cool. Sudsers, thank you for existing and for being you and for being awesome. If any of you have another event or anything between now and Christmas, I'm going to scold you very sternly. I'm going to put, my angry eyes on. I'm going to do that because you should not. You need to be taking a break and enjoying time with your family. And really, it's much earned and deserved this year of all years, for sure. I love you all. The Sudsers. The rest of you, I do not love you. I don't even know you. But I will see all of you again tomorrow for another round of 31 Days of Soapmas. Soapy fun. Bye.